Good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome to this first ever debriefing session in standard dance. GrandSlam, final, first leg of our series here in Helsinki. And the day after, I met somebody who I respect very much, and I asked him to introduce himself. So, please.
So my name is Robert Wota. I live in Poland, and I was actually all the time living there. I was all my life connected to dancing. I was dancing as an amateur and a professional for almost 20 years. And as a professional, I also teaching dancing actually. So this is actually also my the way I live and work.
I fully understand that, Robert, and I think the viewers at home too. It's not a miracle that you have been invited to judge this GrandSlam event, which is always a very honor and privilege for every adjudicator to reach this level.
That's true.
For the viewers at home, we had 3 rounds where we have used the absolute judging system, the 24, the 12 and the 6. And what we can show today is some of the solo dances from the final. And we have a beautiful technical engineer, Marcel, and I will ask him, and you had to judge movement to music and choreography and presentation in the final.
Yes.
And with the current 3.0 system, the judges will stick to their components during one complete round, which is an improvement, I think.
I like it as well. Yes.
Yeah, Robert, shall we look to one of the couples?
Okay.
And Marcel will surprise us. Please, Marcel, show us one of the couples.
I think I should just remember, but we can show us.
Yes, that's even better. Otherwise, it's almost impossible. And if you like to comment on this, especially in the part of the components you had to take care of, you're most welcome. This couple from the Russian Federation, they were not dancing the European, but making the final last night.
So first I want to say that the musical structure is quite okay. I mean, these qualities we need to look, they are really, they say that, actually if I read what should be on 8, it's actually really basic stuff. So I think that all these couples in the final are really much higher. They're much close to the 10 than to the 8 if we have these 2 indicators. But as I remember, I also, it looks like a little bit different, but still you can see that I probably give something like between 925 or something like that. I see this here quite nicely structured. The basic structure is nice with the music, but this very detailed is, I see a lot of still lack to can be better. So it's like not really close to perfect, like I can do maybe 975 or something. And also because it's a little bit connected, these components to me, so I really see that big lack of posture and body weight. So suddenly if I spoke with music actually, yeah, so the music is for me also that where the body is in the time, yeah? So over the foot and as a posture. So if they actually, for me, really they are like this a little bit, as they're not really fully upright, very straight, and put the body weight over the foot very, very precisely, not bad, not precisely. So this also remind me that sometimes they are a little bit late in the music, but not much, of course. So the characterization is quite okay, also not perfect, but something maybe if I do some only characterization I could do even maybe 9.5. Maybe.
Well, you were straight on, you scored them a 9.2.5.
Yeah,
so
yeah, I think
in
so,
both these components, so thank you for explaining that, because this is what we really want. And I agree with you fully. If you make this final at the GrandSlam and you look to our indicative qualities and the subcomponents, you cannot score them 8.0. So the difference, even in total scores, were really very small between the numbers 3, 4, 5 yesterday.
This I can say I miss a little bit, because I can easily, I would like to have possibility to do like maybe 9.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So you should suggest
Yeah, I can,
that
because
in the future, but don't you think then the problem would be, I find out because I looked into the scores very extensively since the World Opens have obligation to use the system, that our system is used as the old ranking system, that judges will have the opportunity, that's my first, that's my second, that's my third.
I don't know, I don't think so. I mean, if you think that way, but for me, if I read these qualities, how they describe, so the gap between 8 and 10 is like huge. If we say like 8, they said, okay, even, okay, the most easy is like technical quality. They said you can lose the balance, or mostly, but from time to time you can lose the rhythmicals. You can lose a lot of things in 8. So actually, yesterday, if you do some word open is okay, like Japan for instance, was a big gap between 24 and final. So in 24 I can, as I remember, so just a week ago, I just give even 6, 5 or something like that. But yesterday, I think especially in ballroom, the level is really high.
Yeah.
And the difference between couple number 20 and let's say 8, it's my opinion, is not big, because they don't do, I don't remember, I think I do like 8 for couple number 20, more or less. So that means that if you read 6, which means maybe then do some 7 something, it's really like basic stuff. 7, they said you can lose almost everything. Yeah. So actually, it's according to the description. It's not according to the points itself and places.
We value your opinion.
Exactly.
By the way, I'm not going to argue with you
No,
at all. I just want to have your opinion here
Just-
for the viewers. Thank you. Marcel, just show us one other tango, please, from whatever couple you have there. We are going to our runners-up, second in the final from Lithuania. Well, you have movement to music, and what is for you most important when you talk about movement to music? We have our
In that,
subcomponents and the idea.
yeah, you have this rhythmical structure. Yeah. So actually, I think this is very good night for them yesterday, because they are much more clear than other couple. It is much more clear. They try to use the little bit. Okay, it's a little bit not. They use their own idea a little bit for the tango. I appreciate that, and because of the old postural connection is very good. So they make it much more clear, the musicality. Also, the timing they use. They play a little bit with the timing. They used a little bit sometimes, not a lot of shuffle timing, but a little bit as well. And I think this there are just 3 subcomponents, so it's not much actually in this music, but I like the structure of this also. So it's like they change many different kind of rhythms, and some staccato, some more slow motions, some suddenly movements, some difference, and also they do it like in nice taste as well. It's also
They had a very good night yesterday.
Yeah,
I agree fully with you.
So
I
then
really
actually
enjoyed
I
the
do
music.
something between 9.5 and 75, as I remember,
Again,
something like this.
you're right on your score.
More or less.
Movement to music, you gave them 9.750.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of luck here and the musicality. I don't want to take 10 because it's not perfect. Always you can find some, but I don't see really a lack of this musical
Funny enough,
performance.
I find myself always that tango is their weakest dance, because they are so beautiful, natural.
I said to them yesterday, they find their own way to do it, because they are not tango dancer for sure, and they never have good in tango, and they cannot do it like I want to say like a normal tango, like a really Argentinian passion tango. So they find their own way.
Yeah.
And they use the music a lot to do that, and they do it perfectly. It fits. I can buy it. So
Yes. For
it's
choreography
quite
presentation,
nice.
you scored a 9.5.
Yeah, this is a little bit more improvement
Yeah.
than music to movement. Okay, they do very good this atmosphere characterization, but this to 10 is a little bit more. I still see the room to improvement in this.
I have my doubts about 10, but you know that, huh? I always
Yeah, I
ask-
don't. I try not
Yeah.
give it. I give maybe 1 or 2. Very
You
very
can
little.
aim for perfection, but giving really a 10, you should try as an adjudicator.
Mm-hmm.
What are we going to do? Let's go to 3 beats in the bar. Viennese waltz, please. And if possible, one of the other couples would do fine. We are going to the Russian Federation.
Sorry,
We just look a few moments to the screen. The viewers at home can enjoy this as well. What do you like about the current development of Viennese waltz? Now we are using a complete syllabus and we use offbeat timing.
Yes.
I can remember that one of my trainers say that we almost violated the character of this recognizable dance. What do you think about
You know,
it?
I was a little bit in the beginning. I was a little bit criticism. I have to say myself, if I to be honest, because I was a teacher, and I think in the beginning, like, come on, do we really need it? But it was quite fast that I find it's really not bad idea. Of course, then I find that it's not that easy to do it nicely because, like you said, there's sometimes offbeat stuff and. The rhythmical actually some figures you cannot really count it like correctly, like this. So you just use more the musicality and all the bar to do it than just simple beats. So in the end, it's not that easy. It's if the couple make it correct, like here, for instance, if according to the choreography presentation, if you have the structure of the program also correctly, so you don't just do it only this. And only running, then I like it if the balance in the program is like here, for instance. Yeah.
Settled down, it's
so,
balanced more now.
Yeah, and I think in the beginning they tried a little bit more.
Could you stop this, Master, please, for a moment? Sorry.
So in the other one, actually the program I like. I mean, this was quite balanced. Yeah, so they still not avoid the dancing the let's say this. I call it normal.
You mark them in the choreography presentation 9.5. So
yes. So
to music 9.2.
2.5. Yeah. So actually, they are very elegant couple, and I like the structure of the program. Actually, they balance with that. They use it different kind of timings, and so I think 9.5 I can give. The music a little bit less. I still see a little bit late body. Compared to what I want to see, but also I cannot go for 8 or 8.5 because this is like you are completely really not in the music. Many different figures. So actually,
the lowest score this couple get from one of the judges, and because viewers at home, 6 judges are responsible for awarding the scores in movement to music and choreography presentation. In this case, was an 8.75. That was the lowest score, and I must say that all the adjudicators were very, very close together when they scored the couple. So I think it's a good sign if we stick to the absolute judging system. By the way, a couple of weeks ago, the European Championships in Copenhagen, I wasn't there, and it could be the performance of the night. But when I look to the differences in the total score yesterday and only 2 weeks ago, Robert, I was quite surprised about the differences in Copenhagen.
So was
the couples were
much bigger, yeah.
Yeah, the difference between the numbers 3 and 4 were three points, and now the difference were very small indeed. And I just wondered, could be the performance, but if we are judging an absolute in an absolute distance system, I can imagine that couples sometimes get annoyed or disappointed or demotivated Do you have any suggestion how this can happen? These big changes. Look to the differences. I just noticed that this morning I wrote some of the figures down.
Yeah.
But okay.
If you do this, what you do now, for instance, yeah, and you can look, so the people, I don't know, can also explain it a little bit and talk, because we still have many judges, they have no clue. That's the problem.
Well, that's a very honest answer.
I can give you the example from last week because this was fresh. Look, World Open, Tokyo, and it was, I don't know if I can say it now for this.
You should say it.
From
you know what I said?
From Korea.
Transparency.
Was a judge from Korea, and 24 was really weak because, okay, we have three top couples, let's say like that. Actually, the guy who was 7 yesterday, not in the final, and I marked him like that, like 9.0. I also marked them the same in Tokyo, and they were third. So, so can you imagine in semi, the couple who normally are like here 24, they were like 4th, 5th. So 24 was like a lot of Chinese couples and Japanese. It was okay. I give like 6 something, but he started from 9 from everybody. So he just do 9, 9, 9, 9, and then he just decides 25 or 0. So, so what does it mean? Does it mean that? But it was really weak couples. Not in Grand Slam yesterday. They cannot even do 1 round.
No, I understand it.
So suddenly now you can ask them
I don't
according to that inequalities. Yeah, what is written there, and they will look and they say like, if you do 9,
Robert,
and the guys
how
are
long
like more
are we
for
using
6.
the system? We started a couple of years ago in Cambridge.
You asked me, I just answered
1.0.
just, but still,
it is a problem.
it was a PD professional.
Yeah.
This guy is not judging something not important. The World Open is just by the way.
So really, what it's about is you should ask the people who are responsible for selection of the adjudicators.
Exactly.
Well, I think
because it means that the guy is not educated.
I have
it's not
some good
answer,
news for you, but it's up to the presidium when they make this announcement. But we will have a grading of the judges in the future. So the task force and the president is really looking after this problem. But then again, I think we have made some real big improvements already over the past years. And then talking about the quality is always a problem. Who's deciding that we have our examinations? So the skills of our judges really, before you get into this level as an adjudicator, you have to go to many exams and you have to have a lot of experience. But you're right. So now and then I find myself through that, how is it possible? But we
and also in the exams, because I pass all these exams, but I also know some of my friends which pass easy exams, and I know them quite well. So actually the problem is not to know, because if you read this, you can easily learn this, but this doesn't mean you can just do it. So actually this, to check it, it's very easy they have to, because I think it's a problem to see it. Because if we even agree, okay, something, I don't know, you can take some qualities and say, okay, this is this, okay, we agree totally. But then if you can see it or not, if it's happened in real life.
I remember
so this kind of
a conversation in my last
we have a little bit, I know, because we have this 3.0, this video and this stuff, so this is good, because this actually is more challenging, and because this is, you stay, so you have this eye things coming, brain, what you know, and this combination makes you really the score, yeah. So
last time, Olof Jensen, he said, thanks to my vast experience, I'm able to do it on my instinct as well, because the time I have in the group dances is really too short for me, and I admired him for his honesty. But that's another problem. I want to see a beautiful Quickstep. The results, because for the viewers at home, the judges are not aware of the scores during the final. So at the end of the last Quickstep, you saw the result. Was it a surprise for you, the ranking of the couples at the end?
Yes. I think the Latinos have great night yesterday, and I don't understand why this was my first, as I don't count my child by. I don't put them together, but I think if I will, he will be first in my own judgment.
So if we had the skating system, the old one.
Yeah, I don't try. I respect also the other couple, but Normally, even the week ago in Japan, he danced much better. I was judging better. The Galupo was quite good. Suddenly, yesterday was not a great night for them. So what I can say,
that's
just happened, and then I marked them probably the lowest. I normally do. But so yeah, I liked them yesterday very much. I think it was a good night for them.
Start it.
Even in Quickstep, that's because I was being told that he lost the first place by last dance. That's what the people told me.
Yeah.
But actually,
that's correct.
This Quickstep I like. I don't understand a little bit what they lost with this. Like maybe I look again.
I must say the live band, the Quickstep.
Yeah, this is music is not the best idea.
Well,
maybe.
but not that bad at all. You know, especially it has this.
It's different. It's yeah, this is little like
it's live.
Yeah. But actually, if you say that, they looks like they try to be together with that music. Actually, the way they performing the movement, it's a little bit different than usually. So it's accented quite well, and it's light in the feet, and a little bit behind now. But okay, it's not perfect, of course. But
and what about?
Also, the program is okay. We can say a little bit simple, but it's very fit to the character of the dance. So the characterization, I mean, in this choreography presentation, it's just the choreography. So okay, they try to do some different figures, also some more, the Quickstep one even. But this only one quality, but they have also this create very nice atmosphere, very nice characterization of this dance. Very much lightness, jumpings, and very much in the feet, in the front of the foot. So I like it. I don't remember. I probably give like 9.5 again, or something like that.
You're right.
So,
if you would like to have any comments, how could this couple even improve for challenging for first place, for example? They need an eye catcher, for example, in Quickstep?
I don't think so. It's based. I know the components are very separate because it's very easy to judge through this. Because I can say this component is this, I can judge it, look it for that. But because I teach it, so I know that this is only the result you get on the floor. So actually, for them, and they work already for that for the last period of the time. They need to be even more technically even better, like more connected to each other, more aggressive with the body weight in front of the foot, really all the time. Sometimes you go back a little bit, also like you lose this, let's say, power forward to be connected with the lady through the movement, through the feet, rolling stuff, and this will be even more, let's say, there, so on spot. So sometimes they a little bit like lost it like behind me, and there's like a bit lose it between them. They lose a little bit also the connection there. So, but it's great couple, also great music guys, and I feel for future it's very good for us to have like this.
Great final.
This is another story because even this, even I said Galupo and this, I still are proud. I think the ballroom is very high level, so I'm proud I'm part of it.
Final question about Foxtrot. We don't have any. What do you think about the development of Foxtrot at the moment?
You know, they what we can easily see that the couples try to use much more this shuffle timing stuff. So sometimes overdoing that, in my opinion, a little bit, especially if they cannot do it very well.
I was so thrilled and happy to see these beautiful feathers and reverse and three-step of some of our couples.
Yeah, so good. Yeah.
I was really, it was.
So they try in the beginning to do it. Many couples, like I remember, like.
I had the impression.
And this is very nice. Actually.
It's faster and faster. Whereas,
so people complain like because of that score. People complain in the beginning that we go then for this, the not good part of sport, which will be like faster means better, which we don't understand in the beginning, which is not true. But they did yesterday. A few couples doing this simple, very nice movement.
Could I make at the end of this conversation 2 complaints?
Of course.
Yeah. One complaint is you speak as always so fast.
Sorry.
No problem.
So I think English test me.
No,
it's not the answer.
No, it's. I'm just kidding. But you have a lot of knowledge. And my second complaint is that I'm I have to look on the time on my
Very
watch.
good.
And I think I have to dismiss you.
Okay.
But before that, I want to thank you so much for expressing your thoughts and opinions on why you gave a certain score to a couple, because I think this is most important. I think you have some negative criticism, and you're right.
Small.
No, but you're right, because we all want to restore the
Just to
respect for
improve.
the judges, and I think we have an obligation towards the couples that the judges should be skilled on a very high level as well. So thank you so much, Robert, for
Thank you too. Thank you.
giving your opinion. I wish you good luck when judging the Grand Slam in the Latin later today.
Thank you very
so
much. Thank you.
Nice
My
meeting
pleasure.
you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.